Let's see how this sounds. Hopefully this will work. Let me see, we have 4 people there. Common Rammer is here. Yeah, turn the game audio down slightly. Okay, give me 1 more minute. I think the balance is pretty good. Hopefully the balance is good. I'm not hearing anything from outside. Oh, hello, Michelle Baker. Good to see you. I think I want to give this maybe 5 more minutes. And then, yeah, I want to get the ball rolling because there's a lot of ground to cover, and nobody has nearly enough time to do it. But hopefully, I think my speaking volume's pretty good. Heard a little distortion. I think the game audio is good. I feel good. Hope everybody feels good too. Legendary Anime Japan fan too. I haven't seen you in about a month. Good to see you. I believe the last time I saw you was in the Inuyasha PlayStation 1 fighting game, so welcome. Alright, and be sure to read the software bot to get briefed a little bit. Just a reminder to some of you, we got 8 people in here. Cool. Just a reminder to some of you people that Metal Gear Solid 2 is a mature rated title. There is also potentially some photosensitive related stuff. So, if you're epileptic, if you're photosensitive, be warned of that. This game contains mature content such as torture, child soldiers, nuclear war, genocide, strong violence, profanity, drug use, sexual content, and as a result, is a mature ready title. So viewer discretion is advised. This portion of the playthrough is going to cover the final portion of the game, Arsenal Gear. Let me check my notes here to get caught up on the plot. Raiden makes contact with the president, who further establishes that the big shell is a cover for Arsenal Gear, the new type of Metal Gear, which is a nuclear-powered submersible fortress. And he was in on the terrorist action, even, before he decided to go turncoat, and that the United States is secretly controlled by a shadowy cabal called the Patriots, which more or less dictate the major actions that the United States have gone through in the later half of the 20th century. The terrorist group's true intentions is to liberate the United States from the control of the Patriots. Raiden escorts Emma, who is supposed to have a computer virus to mess up the AI for Arsenal Gear. He escorts her, but is fatally wounded by Vamp, one of the terrorist lieutenants. So the virus is successfully installed, and the big shell collapses. And Raiden is presented to the terrorists as a means for him and his allies in order to access Arsenal Gear. While being interrogated by Solidus Snake, the truth about Raiden is revealed, that he was actually a child soldier during the Liberian Civil War and has been brainwashed to forget his past. So I left us on a nude cliffhanger. Let me see if we can get a few more head counts in. I'll begin to start, but yeah, hopefully everybody's fine, and just let me know if I sound clear. I sounded pretty good on the playback. I think I did. I generally have confidence in my speaking ability, even if there are some uhs and ers there every so often. But it can be really weird to hear your voice when you're speaking. It's like having 3 echoes. You sound pretty good. Cool. And hopefully I did a decent enough job summarizing the series of events. It's a lot to take in. This game is very plotty. Alrighty, let's get moving, and hopefully people will come. So yeah, a lot of people call this section, let me just mute something first, call this section Arsenal's Guts. And for some reason, the parts of Arsenal Gear that you go through are named after like intestines and colon. It's weird. Also not wearing very much right now. Raiden still has nanomachines though, and you can actually do the punch combo 1, 2, 3, and he can even roll in the state of undress, and you can knock on stuff. Can't knock on that. There's no weapons, and then I think as far as gear is concerned, there's a bandage here, but you can receive calls, and one of the first things we're going to want to do is get to a node, so that we have radar. And believe it or not, you don't want to spend too much time loitering around in the nude. Because much like in Metal Gear Solid 1, you are actually prone to sickness. This area of the game is supposed to be cold. It's essentially like a giant mechanical refrigerator. So let me see here. I'm gonna turn the game volume up a little bit, and even Raiden's support team, they joke about the why he can't do the he can't enter the hanging mode.
Get your equipment back first, or you won't be able to do much good. Rendezvous with that man and retrieve your gear. Right, rendezvous with that man. Go through the northeastern door and head north. Raiden, you won't be able to hang, throw, or chokehold anyone in your current state.
Why not?
Is it really necessary to ask? It's just not a good idea to perform those maneuvers. There could be complications.
Oh, really, Jack? Do we have to spell it out for you? Really?
I love that, just kind of leaning on the fourth wall with the censorship. Is there a Rose conversation I'm missing?
Hey, Jack. Take care, Jack.
Where the sun don't shine. I did not mean to call her again.
Jack, I guess you need to save.
Not really.
Hang in there.
I mean, maybe the nano machines microtized it somehow. Good to see you, Flumwanko. Good to see you. Alright, and one little thing, one fun part. I mentioned, yes, so this part of Arsenal Gear is called the stomach. Complications and shrinkage, like Seinfeld. This one is called the Jinjunum. Hang on, gotta take this.
Raiden, do you copy? You must continue your mission.
I've lost all my gear. I need to locate Snake.
He was never factored into the simulation. Leave him out of this.
I can't do much naked, especially in this temperature.
That's true. You won't be able to attack or enter the hanging mode either.
I think Snake has my gear.
Raiden, take out Solidus and his men. You must recover Arsenal intact.
Colonel, are you under orders from the Patriots?
Your role, that is, mission, is to infiltrate the structure and disarm the terrorists.
My role? Why do you keep saying that?
Why not? This is a type of role-playing game. The point is that you play out your part, and I expect you to turn in a perfect performance.
Colonel, I just remembered something.
What?
That I've never met you in person. Not once.
Complete your mission, according to the simulation.
Colonel, who are you?
No more questions. We have Rosemary.
What do you mean by that?
Over and out.
Huh, so that's a little ominous. I'm gonna run away for a moment. Let me see here. So one little thing about this part, something funny happens when you go back and forth here. There is some additional funniness with the names. That's not a no. I guess in regards to the Patriot thing. So this part was called the stomach. This was previously called the Jinjunum or something. Let's go over here. Now it's called the Ioma Nicome, but it's the same room. What's going on here? What the hell is going on here? Azabu Juba. What is with these names? I wonder if Doug or Flumwanko can help me out here on that one. That's pretty good. And I believe you can get one of these to say New York City 52nd Street. There we go. There's the place. I mean, I know the Wikipedia page says this game takes place in New York City, but I think they're being a little bit too literal here. Also, I believe this game predates Wikipedia. So this section, the whatever the hell you call this room, the Jejunum. So this area, we don't even have a real map on it, which is just great. Raiden has no gear to speak of except for medicine that is being stored in a someplace. And one other thing that bugs me is that this area is patrolled by goons called Arsenal Tengus, who are Russian mercenaries in ninja gear, and they can kill you in like 4 shots. So this part's pretty tricky. It's pretty easy to get an alert, and I very rarely have done this room without getting at least one. Hopefully I don't get one. I might. I'm not going to try to do it, but this is a bit of hell to pass. So let's just pat my back. Thank you for the go ahead about the audio level. Sam had other work to do today. And let's try to get through here. So there's a goon right there, and hopefully we can get past him. Goes in the other direction, turns around over here. He got suspicious. And there's also cameras. Okay, more medicine. Oh, medicine's full. You only get one. Hang on, gotta take this.
Raiden, turn the game console off right now.
What did you say?
The mission is a failure. Cut the power right now.
What's wrong with you?
Don't worry, it's a game. It's a game just like usual.
You'll ruin your eyes playing so close to the TV.
What are you talking about?
Raiden, something happened to me last Thursday when I was driving home. I had a couple of miles to go. I looked up and saw a glowing orange object in the sky, to the east. It was moving very irregularly. Suddenly, there was intense light all around me, and when I came to, I was home. What do you think happened to me?
Huh?
Fine. Forget it.
Huh, that's a weird thing to say. Maybe the follow-up will make sense. He's very chatty.
Even my patience has its limits. I just can't leave this thing up to you any longer. I'll do the fighting. You can just go home.
It's a little odd too. Okay, this part here is very tricky. Because there's a camera right there. And there's a Tengu right there. And I really struggle in this part. Because as they mentioned, you can't enter the hanging mode even. And that camera has a pretty crummy pattern too. Let's see if I can make it through. Don't want to make too much noise. Don't want to go too long. And can we knock him out? Did I get through there? I'm not even sure.
Infiltrate the enemy fortress. Outer heaven. Destroy the final weapon. Metal Gear.
Huh, that's weird. Why is he quoting a previous game? It's a bit odd. Man, why does he keep calling me?
An anemone or clematis plant's juice can cause a rash. When pruning them, it's a good idea to wear gloves.
That's an interesting fact. Huh. Something's up with my radar. That's kind of odd.
Variety level 13. Rescue Meryl, the return of Ginola.
Let's just return that phone call.
Honestly, though, you have played the game for a long time. Don't you have anything else to do with your time? Actually, there is something I have been meaning to tell you, but I just couldn't. I think you should know, though. On Saturday morning last week, I saw a guy leaving Rosemary's room. How should I put it? It was like they were intimate. I'm sorry. Sorry to bring this up during the mission, but...
Oh boy. A little inappropriate. Why does he keep calling me Klinger?
President Baker should be somewhere to the south of where you blasted through the wall. Hurry and save him before the terrorists discover his code.
Just really odd to be referencing past games like this all of a sudden.
Jack, it's me.
Hi, Rose.
Jack, I owe you an apology.
If it's about that conversation just now, I'm the one who's sorry.
No, it's something else.
What is it?
That day at Federal Hall 2 years ago, it wasn't a coincidence. I was ordered to keep an eye on you.
Keep an eye on me?
Yes, by the Patriots.
You're a spy?
I suppose. Yes. It's an ugly word. Are you still there?
Was sleeping with me a part of the job?
I fell in love with you.
How could anyone?
I can't excuse what I did. I've reported every detail of your personal life to them these 2 years. What you did, said, everything.
Must have been fun.
But some things I didn't tell anyone. Like what I felt for you.
So that's why you were involved in this mission. I should have known. Why else would they toss an analyst into the mix at the last minute?
I'm sorry. I know what I did was wrong.
No matter where I go, I get used.
I reinvented myself to suit your tastes. Hairstyle, clothes, the way I moved, things I talked about. You say you love the color of my hair, my eyes. They're not even real.
You must have gone over my psych profile with a fine-tooth comb.
It was my job.
Great performance. Had me completely fooled.
What I really wanted was for you to see the real me. It hurt to play out this artificial romance. It was worse to lie to myself than to you. The more love you gave me, the more it hurt. Because I knew the person you loved was just a character.
So it was artificial on my end, too. It was just a game, not the real thing.
Oh, Jack.
I feel better knowing that.
What?
I was in love, or thought I was, with someone who didn't exist. I was trying to be someone I wasn't by loving what wasn't real. I don't know who you really are. The person I knew isn't real. She's not the woman I'm talking to right now. In a sense, the deception was my own, not theirs.
Jack, I thought I was acting because that was my job. But I did fall in love with you. That wasn't an act.
You expect me to believe that? It's okay. You had your reasons, right? Hey, I understand, but I have nothing left to...
Jack!
What?
I'm carrying. I'm pregnant, Jack.
Rose! What's going on?
Amazing how you walk around like that.
Snake!
Been waiting long?
Where's my gear?
Right over there. That's more like it. Everything you had when you were captured is still there. Sorry about earlier. I had to use you as bait to gain access to Arsenal. It worked.
Why didn't you tell me about Olga?
You never asked. Not happy about that? Get over it.
Any effects of the virus yet?
Still waiting on that.
So, it was rigged by the Patriots?
Looks like it. From what I can tell, Arsenal is headed for Manhattan. I don't know what Solidus is planning, but we'll have to deal with it one way or another. There's also a troop of production model Rays ahead.
How many units?
25, according to Olga.
25?
Yeah. Can't say I've faced that many Metal Gears before, but I think we can deal.
No way we can.
We can, because we have no other choice.
How?
I've stocked up on Stinger missiles. Oh yeah, Olga left this for you.
Why?
Olga asked me to give it to you. Besides, I'm not a big fan of blades. Move the right analog stick up and down to make a vertical slice, and left and right to slice parallel to the ground. Move the stick in a circle to do a rotating cut. Push it forward to lunge and strike. You can guard with your blade if you have the L1 button pressed down. You should be able to deflect a bullet or two.
Alrighty. So, yeah, turns out Rose is a spy, but at least we have her stuff back. So, the high frequency blade, we got this in the final section of the game, and in order to progress, you need to practice with it a little bit. So, the high frequency blade, you control it entirely with the right analog stick. And how it works is you can slash concurrently in one direction. I hit up that time, but you can't do up. So you can do up down, or left right, right left, down up. You can also do a circular maneuver, rotate it, do the circular maneuver counterclockwise. Oh, there we go. And if you click it down, it's a thrust forward. And the blade has two edges. This is the sharp edge, and this is the blunt edge. Kind of like Roni Kenshin. You cannot stab anybody with the blunt edge, though. It will kill them. And by pressing L1, you can deflect the bullets. Unfortunately, there's only 2 action scenes in the main campaign where you use the high frequency blade. It's good that they let you practice with it, because you need to be good with it in order to complete the game. But I just wish you had more time with it in the main campaign.
Come on, time to go. If you run out of ammo, you can have mine.
You got enough?
Absolutely. Infinite ammo.
Wait up, Snake.
What?
Snake, have you ever enjoyed killing someone?
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between reality and a game.
Diminished sense of reality, huh? VR training will do that.
No, it was field training when I was a kid. I lied, Snake. I have more field experience than I can remember. It's not VR that's doing this to me.
Raiden, we don't carry guns to take people down. We're not here to help some politician either.
You can say that because you're a legend, a hero. I'm Jack the Ripper, a dirty reminder of a terrible mistake.
Legends don't mean a whole lot. I was just a name to exploit, just like you.
People will remember only the good part, the right part of what you did.
There's no right part in murder, not ever. And we're not in this to make a name for ourselves.
Then what are you and Otacon fighting for?
A future? You can stop being part of a mistake, starting now.
What am I? What am I supposed to do?
Find something to believe in, and find it for yourself. And when you do, pass it on to the future.
Believe in what?
That's your problem. Come on.
Snake, Raiden.
Otacon, you all right?
Yeah, so are all the hostages.
That's good news.
How's everything on your end?
All right for now, but there is something.
What?
The Colonel's last transmission was strange.
Strange? How?
Just strange. No idea.
Interference?
I don't know.
Where is this colonel?
I don't know. I've never met the man, actually.
I'll dig around.
Thanks. I owe you one.
If there's anything else, call me on the codec. I might be able to help. The frequency is 141.12.
Damn cipher. Alright, so very late in the game, we finally get Otacon's codec, and we're right in an action sequence. Time to take the final stand against the Tango, but thankfully we have an Arsenal to do so. This is kind of an escort mission of sorts, as you'll need to protect Snake as well. If Snake dies, you're in a bad position. But you just gotta get out of his way, and let's get that body armor on before I forget. Oh, got me. Stabby, stabby. Alright, and that room is clear.
Raiden, about this colonel of yours. I found out where he is.
Where?
Inside Arsenal.
What?
I've checked out all the possibilities, but I keep coming back to Arsenal. It isn't a relay point, it's the origin of the signal. And the encryption protocol it uses is exactly the same as that of Arsenal's AI, the so-called GW.
What the hell does this mean?
I think it means you've been talking to an AI.
That's impossible.
The Colonel probably isn't GW per se. GW was most likely stimulating cortical activity in the dormant part of your brain through signal manipulation of your own nanomachines. The Colonel is, in part, your own creation, cobbled together from expectations and experience.
That's crazy!
But it's probably the truth. The virus may be starting to affect GW, which would explain the Colonel's behavior.
It was all an illusion? Everything I've done so far?
Raiden,
Snake, what's happening around here?
I don't know. What I do know is that you're standing right here in front of me. Not an illusion. Flesh and blood.
Huh?
It's your call. You can drop this if you want.
No, I can't do that. Let's go.
An illusion? That's preposterous. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Raiden, they've got Rose.
What?
Rose is being held in the holds.
It's a trap.
Rose!
Raiden, get a grip.
But Snake...
It's a trap. Since the Colonel doesn't exist, there's no way he can take Rose hostage.
Yeah, you're right.
I am right.
Okay. Does Rose exist?
Don't be weird. She's your...
What if I've never really met her?
What?
If the Colonel is something that I partly dreamt up, then everything I remember about her could be...
Don't jump to conclusions.
You and Otacon are the ones that say the Colonel never existed.
Raiden!
Is this what Olga was talking about?
Still a little sus about this, so let's call to confirm.
Variety level 7. Shoot down the space invaders. Training will have to be postponed if we are invaded by UFOs. Snake, there's a fork in the conveyor belt. The machine is automatically sorting cargo according to some system. Take a good look at the device. Big boss here. Enter the track on the bridge to the right. Over. Communicator Entertainment Program, Idea Spy 2.5, Episode 1, New York. Here in the city where dreams come true and desires rule, something is being bought, sold, and thrown away, even as we speak. But behind the scenes of business as usual, the nefarious JE Corporation lines its already bloated coffers with profits from worthless products. As JE swindles yet another innocent into purchasing high-priced junk, the FBI mobilizes a top-secret task force to put a stop to the menace. Now, the city's best-kept secret spy is out there, briefed and ready to protect the people from JE, the catalog of conspiracy. Just call him 2.5.
Oh, Lord. So yeah, probably a corrupted computer program. Yeah, that's pretty funny to suggest that an AI gets corrupted so it spits out a radio play. That's so bizarre. Anyway, I hate to do this to Snake, but, you know, I think he's holding out on a dog tag on us.
Stop that.
But don't worry, it's non-lethal. And in spite of this, he will be awake in the next cutscene. By some stretch of the imagination. That. Oh, the fission got mailed. My options are to emit and continent. Of course, there is no fission mailed. It's all an illusion. Darn fishing keeps mailing. Actually, what's frustrating about this part is that you are still playing the game. So it's a little bit... It's a fun prank, I guess, for sure, but... I don't know if I've ever actually died during that sequence, but I think you might be able to, considering that you can get hit. I think I've done a pretty good job covering Snake. Uh-oh, he got hit. Let's get that bandage. Do I have a bandage? Yes, I do. Oh, that's the wrong item. I mean, body armor, not battle dress uniform.
Fortune.
It's been a long wait, Solid Snake. The root of all my sorrows.
What?
2 years ago, you killed my father. That was the beginning of hell for us. Everyone I love has been taken from me one by one, and no matter how hard I try, I can't follow them. An endless nightmare. The only thing we live for is to see it end. Our wait is almost over.
You can't be serious about firing the nuke.
Since no one can kill me, I may as well kill everyone I can. Starting with you, Solid Snake.
Damn! Looks like I'm today's pick. You go on ahead. You want eternal rest? I've got it right here.
What are you gonna do? Bullets can't get near her.
I'll think of something. There's no such thing as a witch.
You think you can kill me?
I don't know what your group's been through, but let's get one thing clear. I didn't kill your father.
Do you think anyone believes your lies?
Raiden, get out of here!
Jack, I've been watching how you fight. It looks like you've remembered the way you used to kill in the old days. Or is it one of the S3 plan's proud achievements?
What are you talking about?
It came as a complete surprise when Ocelot discovered the S3 data from GW. Not a bad idea, though. Using fire to fight fire, creating the perfect assassin to retire Solid Snake's brother. S3 stands for Solid Snake Simulation. It's a development program to artificially reproduce Solid Snake, the perfect warrior. The result is a Foxhound Commando. When Foxhound no longer exists, a simulated Solid Snake shaped by VR regimen. Sound like someone you know, Jack? I'm sorry to see you reduced to one of the Patriots' puppets. But I've made use of you, and their plan too. Solid Snake's sudden appearance, your arrival. It was obvious the Patriots were among my ranks. I had to smoke out the agent before the mission entered the final phase. You came in handy, as bait. Jack, those days during the Civil War were as real as they come. Every day was absolute. Split between life and death. You ran from it, and now you've been led back to war by something less than real. No more games, Jack. At least you know. There's no reason to keep you alive now. I've given you a worthy opponent, at least. But now, you should die as the little Jackie boy I once knew.
Alrighty. Quite a bit is happening during all this anyway. So this next part is the battle with the Metal Gear Rays. You don't fight one Metal Gear, you fight a bunch. So the thing about this fight, it's a lot of, I guess, movement and just doing a bunch of things and just trying to get into position, because this is one of the few parts of the game where I really kind of choke. They can take you out in like 4 hits, so you got to make sure you have your Wheaties ready, or in this case, the battle armor. So the only thing that hurts them is the stinger, and then you can also use the chaff to disrupt their sensors. Hello, Emily. You missed a few plot twists, but maybe somebody in the chat can help you get up to speed. Good to see you. So what we can start off with, I'm going to use a stinger and hit the one in front of me, and you can only fire one stinger missile at a time. So shoot it in the legs, it gets disabled, it opens its mouth, shoot it in the head, run away. Because they actually kind of read your inputs, and you don't want to backtrack your inputs. They also fire homing missiles, machine guns, laser at you, they try to stomp on you. You don't want to be too far away from them or too close to them. Ow. That was bad. And I'd say this is the hardest fight in the game. So the Metal Gears are sentient now. They're being controlled by an AI. And shoot it in the knees. Opens the head, fire the missile, run away. And let's get that battle armor back on. Sweep the leg. I'm gonna say like a workout video or maybe some meme thing I don't get. They try to get closer, which is pretty nerve-wracking. That one was defeated. Unit AO1E, excuse me. Gonna fire the cutter. I have no real idea how to avoid that attack. I wish I did. It does a crap ton of damage. But it very stupidly opens its head up, so you shoot it in the head. Karate Kid. Oh my god. Sorry, I haven't seen it in a while. You know, I don't think I saw any of the sequels. Maybe I saw the second one. I remember the one with Hilary Swank, and then the one with Will Smith's kid. That was a pretty good remake. Run away. Dodge those missiles, they are homing. Machine gun, those other ones are homing at me. Now you see why this fight's complicated. While one shoots at you, another one fires homing missiles at you. And unit AO3E is down. Cool. Ah. Jaden Smith is a treasure. I can't help but wonder if that's sincere or sarcastic. I don't think I want to know the answer. Just do a cartwheel. Oh, that's really bad. But thankfully there's a ration right in front of that ray. Oh, that's bad. Damn. Like I said, I mess up on this fight a lot. That's a real game over, by the way, not a fake out. Let's try that again. And you know, I forgot about the chaff. You can use chaff to disrupt their sensors, but I only have 2. Shoot it in the head. And that beeping, in case you're wondering what that beeping is, that's it reading your inputs and trying to figure out where you are. So you do want to make sure, like, if you're moving forward, for instance, do not step back, or it will hit you. And I am bleeding. The missile missed. When you get too far away from them, they favor homing in on you. When you get closer, they favor trying to do the machine gun on you. The machine gun's a little bit easier to avoid, I'd say. The homing missiles make you keep moving. So it's just a lot of moving, stopping, and then moving. It's pretty tough fight, I'd say. Although I'm sure somebody much better at the game than me would say, what are you talking about? It's one of the easiest fights in the series. Let's just say I disagree. Oh, that's really bad. And you see how much damage that stupid missile did. It's like a third of your health. It's crazy. Even with the body armor, which is supposed to reduce damage. Oh no.
Right, come in. Right.
Oh boy. Really don't know what I did wrong that time. Let's get that ration, get that body armor. I'll get to chat in a moment. This is kind of serious time. Oh, out of the corner of my eye, I see Oates. It's probably Professor Oates. Let's see if the shaft grenade will do any good. I'm getting too far away from them, excuse me. Ah, crap. Stomp. But again, invincibility frames. Damn it, no. I was afraid of that attack, but it'll be his undoing. So that one's down. And like 5 more to go. Dodge that. Okay, 2 E's almost down. And it's down. Oh crap. There's no moment of respite. No rest. I stop for a moment and get blown up by missiles. That's really bad. Do a roll. Shoot. I missed. Oh, that was bad. See if we have any chaff. Sorry, there's just a lot of things going on here. Sorry, I did not catch your stream because I was busy getting set up for mine, so I couldn't see it. Do a roll and shoot it in the head. There's a ration over here. That one's gonna fire the machine gun, probably. And Unit 3E is down. That did a lot of damage. Do a roll. Dodged it. Shoot the knee, shoot the head. And Unit 5E is down. Cool. Yeah, Devil May Cry 5 has been sitting on my bookshelf just kind of taunting me. I would like to really get into it at one point. I was thinking of possibly streaming one of them for Halloween. For Halloween, I wanted to do Super Castlevania 4, because I've never beaten that live. I got like halfway when I was at Mr. Top 10 List Place, but I did not complete that series. Shoot it in the head. I need that hitbox. Shoot it in the knee. Shoot it in the head. And the reason why you shoot it in the knee is so that its weapon systems are not active. Shooting it in the head would damage it. 1F is down. Shooting it in the head will damage it, but, you know, again, you have 3 big robots attacking you at a time. Oh, that's really bad. Do I have another ration? Yes, I do. Okay. That was really close. Shoot it in the head. And razor down.
this. They'll know.
I'll hold them off. Give you time to get away.
What about you? This is suicide!
Your nanomachines, they're transmitting your vital signs to the Patriots. If you die, my child dies. You understand?
The child.
I see. So that's why you sold your troops out to me. So many dead, and they all died trusting you! Weren't they your comrades?
No, not just comrades. Family. I know I'm going to hell, but at least my child.
I applaud your attitude. If you have a death wish, I'll be happy to accommodate you. See you in hell!
You have to.
Olga!
Enjoy the show, Jack. Let's pick up where we left off. What's going on? What's wrong with it? GW, it's out of control. What?
I'm reading an abnormal impulse cascade throughout the neural network. I can't shut it down.
What happened?
Maybe some kind of virus.
The Patriots?
I don't know.
Ocelot, what have you been up to?
It's too late. Arsenal's system control is going haywire. It's on an emergency ascent course.
Stupid machines! Damn the Patriots! You still have some use.
I've captured Snake.
Snake?
Bring him in.
Yeah, there's a lot of cutscenes coming up, so now would be a pretty good time to save. Which one do I want to save over? Yeah, I guess this one.
Are you awake yet, Jack? GW, the Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair. I admit that I underestimated you. I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my son!
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him I want the answers from.
What do you mean?
That's not your business.
Oh, really? It so happens I have some business of my own to attend to.
Planning to hijack Arsenal?
Huh?
You were going to screw me over, weren't you?
Who talked? Ocelot?
Not exactly. I was the one who used Ocelot to suggest the idea to you in the first place.
What?
I was planning to give you Arsenal to begin with.
Why the uncharacteristic generosity?
I'm no philanthropist. Arsenal is far from impregnable. It needs other Metal Gears as guards, a huge payload of warheads, and full air, sea, and land support to function efficiently. Against a large attack force without support, Arsenal is nothing more than a gigantic coffin. Seizing Arsenal gear was never the real objective.
What was your objective then?
A list of names of the Patriots! They were planning to extend their control to digital information flow with GW and Arsenal. That means the information they want to filter out is contained in GW, including that list of the highest 12 members of the Patriots Wiseman's Committee.
And once you knew who they were, you would cross out their names one by one, while we, with our useless arsenal, drew their fire.
Very good.
You were using us all along.
Were you any different?
But your plans hit a snag with GW destroyed, hasn't it?
No, there is another way.
Really? But we have our own plans to carry out. We'll take the arsenal since you don't care for it anyway. The purified hydrogen bomb is ready to go.
A nuclear strike won't stop them.
It will damage their power source. The mindless masses that they control. First things first.
Of course. That was what you wanted. I won't stop you. Good luck.
Thanks, but I have quite enough of that. What exactly do you find so funny?
Charades usually are humorous. I wouldn't have minded watching some more of it, but we're running a little short on time.
What are you talking about?
Everything you've done here has been scripted. A little exercise set up by us.
Exercise?
The S3 plan was conceived as a means to produce soldiers on par with Solid Snake. That's what I told you. But the VR training the boy was put through is not the meat of the project. You think this little terrorist incident is your own doing, Solidus? This is the S3 training kernel. an orchestrated recreation of Shadow Moses.
What?
Ames and the President's deaths. The ninja. The computer virus that mimics Fox Die. Did you really think they were all a coincidence? Ames' own nanomachines were used to shut down his pacemaker. I arranged for the appearance of the ninja as well. As for the President, although Johnson realized what was going on, he played out his allotted part. As for the computer virus, it's a digital counterpart of Fox Die. It was also designed to eliminate every scrap of information regarding the Patriots from GW. Your plan was invalidated even before execution, Solidus. Fat Man was a different story. He's one of our own people, a sort of examiner we hired to test the boy's progress before letting him tackle the exercise proper. We had to arrange for Stillman's presence to coax the maniac into agreeing. If the boy had allowed the big shell to be destroyed, this exercise would have ended there. The project has no room for failures.
What do you mean?
Given the right situation, the right story, anyone can be shaped into Snake. Even rookies can fight like men of experience. An instant creation of genius. And this training kernel will provide more than enough data to formulate such a program. You, Dead Cell, Olga, you're all nothing but pawns placed to create the perfect simulation. Solidus, you and the boy were selected because your relationship resembles the one between Snake and Big Boss. Fortune, you and the rest of Dead Cell stand in for the Foxhound squad that Snake took on in Shadow Moses. You're the most impressive collection of freaks outside of Foxhound. We've gone to a lot of trouble to set you up against the boy. That story about purified hydrogen bombs is just the tip of the iceberg. The project was already underway when I sunk that tanker, along with your old man 2 years ago. Throwing your husband in the brig was a part of it too. You were told that the eradication of Dead Cell 6 months ago was an act of the Patriots. We provoked and encouraged your hatred. And you opted for vengeance, just as we planned.
All orchestrated?
Except for the appearance of the real Solid Snake. I wonder now who sent for you.
All our misfortune was just a part of their project? How could...
You're no Lady Luck. You have nothing that we didn't give you.
What?
Do you know why no bullet could hit you? It wasn't magic, or some new age mumbo-jumbo. Certainly wasn't your psychic talents. It was all staged by the Patriots.
Staged?
You were being shielded by the electromagnetic weapons technology that the Patriots developed. Your Dead Cell comrades loved your father and husband. We needed a pathetic wretch like you to keep them focused. You've been our puppet all along, just like Olga.
No!
You were hamming it up as the tragic heroine, thanks to the script that the Patriots wrote for you. Pure self-indulgence, absorbed in your own misfortune. You couldn't get enough of the drama.
I could have died whenever I wanted to.
Thought I got her in the heart.
It missed.
Now I remember. Your heart's on the right. Waste of metal, my dear, but your luck's run out. This is the little gizmo. There's no such thing as miracles or the supernatural. Only cutting-edge technology.
Bastard.
Now that I have enough data, all I have to do is retrieve Arsenal and clean up the refuse from the exercise.
Just try.
How's this then? Damn.
Fortune!
You idiots! Get the hell away from there!
I told you, your luck's run out. Take your reward. It's all the payload Ray has. Die!
Everybody down!
What the? Impossible!
She is Lady Luck.
My name is Helena Dolph Jackson, the daughter of a proud and noble soldier. I can see my family again.
Damn! Try this instead. No! No! No, not now!
Liquid!
I've been waiting for this!
It can't be!
I've been inside this arm all along, waiting for the right time to awaken.
You were inside Ocelot?
Yes, a sleeper in the arm of a Patriot spy.
It was you 2 years ago?
Exactly. I was controlling him. Snake, it was I that leaked information about Arsenal to your partner and got you out here.
What?
You're the only one that can free me. After all... I'm off to bury the Patriots for good.
You know where they are? How?
Why do you think I chose Ocelot as my host? But before I go, I have a family matter to settle with both of you. There's room for only one Snake and one big boss. Time to say goodbye!
Damn!
Like surfing, it's a good way to go.
Liquid! Stop this thing!
Hey, Snake! You coming?
Federal Hall.
What are you laughing at?
Do you know what day it is today?
April 30th?
That's right. George Washington took office as the first president of the United States of America 200 years ago today. And it happened right here. We were going to declare another independence, the dawn of a new nation, here. The end of the Patriots' secret rule, liberation of this country. This was where it was supposed to begin. This is where freedom could have been born.
All you want is power at any cost.
Jack, it's not power I want.
What I wanted to take back from the Patriots are things like freedom, civil rights, opportunities. The founding principles of this country. Everything that's about to be wiped out by their digital censorship. Jack, listen to me. We're all born with an expiration date. No one lasts forever. Life is nothing but a grace period for turning the best of our genetic material into the next generation. The data of life is transferred from parent to child. That's how it works. But we have no heirs, no legacy. We brothers are called les enfants terribles. Cloned from our father, with the ability to reproduce conveniently engineered out. What is our legacy if we cannot pass the torch? Proof of our existence, a mark of some sort. When the torch is passed on from parent to child, it extends beyond DNA. Information is imparted as well. All I want is to be remembered by other people, by history. The Patriots are trying to protect their power, their own interests, by controlling the digital flow of information. I want my memory, my existence to remain. Unlike an intron of history, I will be remembered as an exon. That will be my legacy, my mark in history. But the Patriots would deny us even that. I will triumph over the Patriots and liberate us all, and we will become the Sons of Liberty!
Raiden, are you receiving? We're still here.
How's that possible? The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call human. Over the past 200 years, a kind of consciousness formed layer by layer in the crucible of the White House. It's not unlike the way life started in the oceans 4 billion years ago. The White House was our primordial soup, a base of evolution. We are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Cut the crap! If you're immortal, why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be silly.
Don't you know that our plans have your interests, not ours, in mind?
What?
Jack, listen carefully, like a good boy.
The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century. As a result, the evolutionary log of the human race lay open to us.
We started with genetic engineering, and in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself.
But there are things not covered by genetic information.
What do you mean?
Human memories, ideas, culture, history.
Genes don't contain any record of human history.
Is it something that should not be passed on? Should that information be left at the mercy of nature?
We've always kept records of our lives, through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really.
That's what history is, Jack.
But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate.
It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Right. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context?
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper.
We're trying to stop that from happening.
It's our responsibility as rulers. Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning for later generations?
That's what it means to create context.
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
But is that even your own idea?
Or something Snake told you?
That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will.
That's not true. I have the right.
Does something like a self exist inside of you?
That which you call self serves as nothing more than a mask to cover your own being.
In this era of ready-made truths, self is just something used to preserve those positive emotions that you occasionally feel.
Another possibility is that self is a concept you conveniently borrowed under the logic that it would endow you with some sense of strength.
That's crap!
Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? All right then. Explain it to him.
Jack, you're simply the best, and you got there all by yourself.
Oh, what happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul-searching?
Don't think you'll find anything, though.
Ironic that although self is something that you yourself fashioned, every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else.
It's not my fault. It's not your fault.
In denial, you simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth in order to make yourself feel better.
Leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth you once embraced.
Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You've done nothing but abuse your freedom.
You don't deserve to be free.
We're not the ones smothering the world. You are.
The individual is supposed to be weak, but far from powerless. A single person has the potential to ruin the world.
And the age of digitized communication has given even more power to the individual. Too much power for an immature species.
Building a legacy involves figuring out what is wanted and what needs to be done for that goal. All this you used to struggle with. Now we think for you.
We are your guardians, after all.
You want to control human thought? Human behavior?
Of course. Anything can be quantified nowadays. That's what this exercise was designed to prove.
You fell in love with me just as you were meant to, after all. Isn't that right, Jack?
Ocelot was not told the whole truth, to say the least.
We rule an entire nation. Of what interest would a single soldier, no matter how able, be to us?
The S3 plan does not stand for Solid Snake simulation. What it does stand for is selection for societal sanity. The S3 is a system for controlling human will and consciousness. S3 is not you, a soldier trained in the image of Solid Snake. It is a method, a protocol that created a circumstance that made you what you are.
So you see, we're the S3, not you.
What you experienced was the final test of its effectiveness.
That's crazy.
You heard what President Johnson said.
The Arsenal's GW system is the key to their supremacy.
The objective of this exercise was to establish such a method. We used Shadow Moses as a paradigm for the exercise.
I wonder if you would have preferred a fantasy setting.
We chose that backdrop because of its extreme circumstances. It was an optimal test for S3's crisis management capacity. If the model could trigger, control, and solve this, it would be ready for any contingency. And now, we have our proof. Raiden, there are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you over them? It was because you were the only one who refused to acknowledge the past. All the others remember what they were and pay for it daily.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like, see only the things you like, and for yourself alone.
Yes, Rose can attest to that.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me. The only time you did was when I gave you no choice but to do so.
I was just trying not to...
What? Trying not to hurt me? Dear, the one you were trying not to hurt was yourself. Avoiding the truth under the guise of kindness is all that you did. It occurred to you to do nothing but look out for yourself. Even if you claim that it was for my sake, that feeling was nowhere to be seen. In the end, everything was for your sake. I was never part of the picture.
Exactly right. So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. This is why we chose you. You accepted the fiction we've provided, obeyed our orders, and did everything you were told to. The exercise is a resounding success.
Didn't I tell you that GW was still incomplete? But not anymore, thanks to you.
Your persona, experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it considering the results. I think that's enough talk. It's time for the final exercise. Raiden, take Solidus down.
Think again. I'm through doing what I'm told.
Oh, really? Aren't you forgetting something?
If you die, my child dies.
The termination of vital signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Rose, does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe me.
Damn!
It will be a fight to the death.
Solidus at least wants you dead.
We will collect the necessary data from this last fight. Then we'll consider the exercise closed. So, Jack the Ripper, will it be Solidus, the Patriot's creation, or you, Solidus's creation? Our beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.
Jack, my son. My clone brothers and I are called monsters, replicates of evil genes. You are one of a kind, but still a monster, shaped by a dark and secret history. We need to decide which monstrosity will have the privilege of survival. By the way, Jack, I was the one who killed your parents. I claimed you for my own and raised you as a soldier in the army of the devil. I am your foster father and your worst enemy.
Why?
Because I needed to know whether we were really someone else's creation. We're repeating history, Jack. Liquid and Solid hunted down Big Boss, trying to sever the tie that bound them to him. Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never escape. You'll stay in the endless loop, your own double helix. It's time we were both free. I have other reasons for wanting you dead. The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased, but there are other traces. Inside you.
What?
The information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex, and throughout the neural network they've formed. Brace yourself.
Alright, final boss fight. After much deliberating. There's one thing I want to do that you can do. A little bit of an Easter egg. Let me see if we got this right.
Right. Take Solidus down. Think about Olga's child and your Rosemary. You must win.
And here's one I like if you try to save what the alleged Rosemary is responsible.
Jack, are you okay? How's your murdering going? Be strong. Whatever happens, don't forget that my life's at stake too. Try to do something for me for a change.
How's your murdering going? I didn't realize this until recently when I was doing practice runs with this game.
What? You want to save? Honestly, you only rely on people when it's convenient for you. Okay, get back to your murdering. You're doing this to save me, right? Don't deny it. I've done so much for you, haven't I? See ya.
Yeah, so the game is really going out of its way to taunt us. Alright, final boss battle is a sword duel. All your other weapons are gone. All you have is the high frequency blade and the armor. That's it. So hopefully you master those controls. Oh, I'm on fire. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Now get away from the fire. Get away from the fire. Oh. I think the fire is the only thing that really messes me up about this fight. That and the stomp, which could be coming up. Aside from that, you just need to mind your space.
Let's go.
There's a ration on the other side. There was a comment that didn't process properly. I don't remember who said it. Somebody said, this is good timing with the recent Spider-Man trailer. I dig it. I can dig it. I don't remember who said that, so whoever it was, speak up. I'm really sorry that for whatever reason your comment did not process. YouTube's been weird lately. I had somebody say something and it got auto-deleted today, and I just don't know why. The thing you study the blade. Yes, I practiced, and not just during the stream either. I've done 2 practice runs of this game for the stream, because I wanted to make sure that oh, poop. That there was less of that and more hits. He's about halfway down. And this is where it gets a little bit intense. What are you calling me for?
Right. You have to beat Solidus. This is your last duty.
We're not just pawns in some simulation game, you know.
Yes, you are. You're nothing but mere weapons. No different from fighter jets or tanks.
What the?
The old model destroyed 4 years ago was Rex.
The new amphibious model is Ray.
Both of these are the same as the code names used by the U.S. Armed Forces to refer to Japanese warplanes during World War II.
Your code name, Raiden 2, comes from the Japanese Navy's name for one of its interceptors.
Stop it. I'm not a weapon.
Oh, really? Do you know the code name the U.S. Armed Forces used for the Japanese fighter Raiden?
It was Jack. Both of you are just weapons to be used and thrown away.
Just weapons to be used on the battlefield. Just pawns in a game. Exactly as you said.
And a weapon has no right to think for itself. Now, it's time to fulfill your purpose. Defeat Solidus.
I mean, damn, not only with the military history trivia, but also a shutdown. Also, complete the game, player. Oh, this fire. I do not like this fire. And you can potentially fall off this roof here. Ooh, that's not good. To quote Austin Powers, ouch, kibibble. Ooh. Uh-oh, the invincibility frames. No, he's blocking that. Got a ration, thankfully. Stupid fire. That's bad. Oh, I need that blade. Damn. Oh my god. Do I have any bandages? No, I do not. I need to go hide somewhere. Oh, that's bad. Oh no. No. Damn. Just have to try again. The part that just messes me up is the stupid triangle rocket flame. I don't know what else to call it. Oh no! Get up on that roof. Somebody pointed out to me on Discord that I'm not blocky enough. Thanks for the hint. I kind of forgot about it. Maybe that might make a difference. Nah, you got those. Thanks for the comment notes. I missed that. It's just in the corner of my eye. Ah. Cool. Oh no, I walked right into the missiles, damn it. Okay, if he grabs you, you can triangle out of that. Or action button out of that. If we're going to be input neutral. Note to self, don't walk towards him when doing missiles. Run away. Stab. Or thrust. 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 And thrust. No, he blocked that. Get that armor back on. Okay, last phase.
Good work, Jack. This is where it gets interesting.
I'll trade a block more. Thanks for the tip. I want to say 2 more decisive hits and he down. Oh no! Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Alright, he down. Alright, folks. Final boss fight. What's left is the final cutscenes.
Who am I, really?
No one quite knows who or what they are. The memories you have and the role you were assigned are burdens you had to carry. It doesn't matter if they were real or not. That's never the point. There's no such thing in the world as absolute reality. Most of what they call real is actually fiction. What you think you see is only as real as your brain tells you it is.
Then, what am I supposed to believe in? What am I going to leave behind when I'm through?
We can tell other people about having faith. What we had faith in. What we found important enough to fight for. It's not whether you were right or wrong, but how much faith you were willing to have. That decides the future. The Patriots are a kind of ongoing fiction too, come to think of it. Listen, don't obsess over words so much. Find the meaning behind the words, then decide. You can find your own name. And your own future.
Decide for myself?
And whatever you choose will be you.
I don't know if I can.
I know you didn't have much in terms of choices this time. But everything you felt, thought about during this mission is yours. And what you decide to do with them is your choice.
You mean start over?
Yeah, a clean slate, a new name, new memories. Choose your own legacy. It's for you to decide. It's up to you. By the way, what is that?
Dog tags.
Anyone you know?
No, never heard the name before. I'll pick my own name, and my own life. I'll find something worth passing on. They taught me some good things, too.
I know. We've inherited freedom from all those who fought for it. We all have the freedom to spread the word, even me.
Snake, what about Olga's child?
Don't worry, I'll find him. Count on it. As long as you keep yourself alive, he's safe.
Do you know where Liquid went?
I put a transmitter on his ray.
Did he head for the Patriots?
Yeah, but I have a feeling they gave Ocelot a bogus location to begin with. Cheer up, we have a better lead. This contains the list of all the Patriots.
But Ocelot took it.
The one we gave you wasn't the real thing.
What?
This virus is coded to destroy only a specific part of GW, namely the information about the Patriots' identity. Which means that there's a parameter coded in here that defines what that information is.
I get it. Analyze the code and you can probably find out where they operate. Count me in.
No, you have things to do first. And people you need to talk to.
Snake?
What's wrong?
Nothing. Can I ask you something? Who am I, really?
I wouldn't know. But we're going to find out together, aren't we?
Oh. Yeah.
See me for what I am, okay?
I know.
Do you remember this place?
Of course. This is where we first met. I remember now.
Hmm?
Today is the day I met you.
That's it.
I think I found something to pass along to the future.
What?
He said all living things want their genes to live on.
Are you talking about the baby?
Yeah. The genes aren't the only thing you pass on. There are too many things that aren't written into our DNA. It's up to us to teach that to our children.
What kind of things?
About the environment, our ideas, our culture, poetry, compassion, sorrow, joy. We'll tell them everything together.
Is that a proposal?
This is for your ears only.
I stare at the stars.
Alrighty. And there's your about as esoteric as a happy ending as you can get. So Solidus is dead, but the world is still controlled by a shadow government, and the threat of Metal Gear is not currently present. And yeah, Raiden and Rose are going to work on their relationship. So, yeah. Well, there's one little sucker punch when the credits are done over, but that's more or less the game. And hopefully I'm overcome. I don't even know what your thoughts on this are, Emily. I thought you'd be like, what's going on? But, yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2. I mean, it's my favorite PlayStation 2 game. I think it's really well made. It's very advanced for the time. Maybe they went a little bit over the top with some of the cinematics, but I generally really like the game a lot, and I think it has a lot of really advanced ideas that are still relevant all these years later. Isn't she cheating on him? I don't know. I mean, when the Colonel contacted her, that's when the AI, it's just some nonsense that just like Flamenco just said right there. Let's see. Nick is giving us some history. Federal Hall in New York City is where America's legislature met before the U.S. Capitol in D.C. After September 11th, Congress held a meeting in Federal Hall for the first time in over 200 years. That's very eerie, because this game was written before any of that happened. It was released slightly after that happened, and I'm told they had to do a little bit of censorship. I really enjoyed it, Chris. That's cool. I appreciate that, and hopefully, even if you didn't, because this game is kind of, like I said, this is a fairly divisive sequel. I think it's gotten a lot of reevaluation in the past decade. Is there something here? And I mean, besides that, it's really fun to play. It has a great engine. I actually got finished sooner. Why did my voice get all squeaky like that? I finished 30 minutes sooner than I expected. So I think I think the pacing for this was more or less perfect. And let's get that right. I don't know if people heard me correctly. My sound levels got messed up there. What I was trying to say was that I think this game has a lot of advanced ideas for the time, and hopefully you got something out of it. And just the actual physics of the game are really good, and obviously it's much more wordier than Metal Gear Solid 1. Yeah, it's good. Let's see. How about the novel I'm working on? I don't know who you're directing that towards. I'll just leave it at that. Family Guy reference. What's the reference? Help me out here. I'm way out of Family Guy. Also, I thought we were doing our Family Guy references when I was playing WarioWare. Anyway, folks, yeah, this I do stick around for the final gut punch, but I'm pretty excited to move on to Metal Gear Solid 3, probably in about 2 weeks, which I will most likely have to do that twice a week, the way that game is paced. But 2005. I might have seen it. I didn't totally go turncoat on Family Guy until about 2006. What does everybody think about the S3 plan? Will we welcome an AI overlord to censor all misinformation online? As far as I'm concerned, with social media algorithm, it's already happened. I mean, the stuff that I get recommended, I know it's not coincidental. We're being spied on. We wouldn't welcome it. I think most people, if they knew about it, wouldn't like it. Okay, yeah, I get it. It's that joke where Stewie's voice just keeps getting higher. So, what about that novel you've been working on? It's kind of like some nice guy. Making a little book. You know, writing a little novel. Just a little novel. It's just, yeah. Okay, I remember that routine now. I don't know if I really want to do it right now, but yeah, I remember that. That's a dog and pony show, right?
Life isn't just about passing on your genes. We can leave behind much more than just DNA. Through speech, music, literature, and movies, what we've seen, heard, felt, anger, joy, and sorrow. These are the things I will pass on. That's what I live for. We need to pass the torch and let our children read our messy and sad history by its light. We have all the magic of the digital age to do that with. The human race will probably come to an end sometime, and new species may rule over this planet. Earth may not be forever, but we still have the responsibility to leave what traces of life we can. Building the future and keeping the past alive are one and the same thing.
Snake, you there? It's me. I've finished going over that disc.
Did you find the Patriots list?
Of course. It contains the personal data of 12 people. There was a name on it. Snake, it was one of our biggest contributors.
What's going on around here?
I don't know.
Anyway, where are they?
Well, we were right about them being on Manhattan, but
But what?
they're already dead. All 12 of them.
When did it happen?
Well, about 100 years ago.
What the hell?
So that rubbed people the wrong way. Let's see how poorly I did. Let's see if I did even worse than my Stewie imitation. I mean, remember, it's a bit where he just constantly raises his voice and it's obnoxious, and that's the joke. But, yeah, I don't, whatever. So let's see. Almost 11 hours. Save 16 times. 20 deaths. Wow, that's pretty bad. 14 alerts. Not great, but whatever. Killed 91 people. 32. I wonder what the rank would be. Oh, they give you a rank. My rank is Elephant. I wonder if that website's still active. So that's pretty cool. New item obtained. Got the camera. You can use it in the tanker episode. Can take pictures in the plant episode. So one thing that's cool when you complete the save file is that the title screen changed. I made sure to create a new save file for this run so that it would be applied. Zombie Nation. Well, folks, you're going to have to wait on that cliffhanger a little bit because the next game in the series is a prequel. We're taking you far, far back, but you'll have to wait in a few weeks. You'll have to wait a few weeks. Website closed a long time ago. Yeah, these Konami websites don't last very long. Shouldn't be surprised when... I mean, Konami doesn't have an online store anymore, and Raiden takes over the title, which is pretty cool. They also do this in the base version of this game, Sons of Liberty. This is Substance, the same difference. So I think what I could do, I have 30 more minutes planned. You want me to do some VR missions? I did them about a year ago. And I think now that we all have context of the game and everything, you know what's going on. So I'll do the Raiden missions. Three is your favorite. 3 is very good. I understand why a lot of people like it. My one issue is that the game requires a lot of maintenance. And I feel that when you start a playthrough, you have to be very committed to finishing that playthrough fairly quick. Anyway, here are the VR missions, and it's all about the action. None of that nonsensical story nonsense. Last time I did this, we did the PlayStation 3 version. I'm playing the PlayStation 2 version here. But yeah, I am curious to what the people who were previously not familiar with Metal Gear Solid 2 or have been following the series, I'm curious what you all think. I think there's a lot of good points of discussion. So the VR missions, there's all kinds of modes. I think these are a lot of fun. I've spent a bunch of time playing them. And let me know, since now that we have some context on the series, and Raiden and Snake are not just goons who I'm playing as to shoot and stab things. Let me know if you'd like me to do VR missions. Again. Oh, Mycroft is here. I wasn't sure if you'd make it. Good to see you. I completed the main campaign for Metal Gear Solid 2 just a few minutes ago. I have a little bit of time left. I'm thinking about tackling a few VR missions. And I'm just not a good shot. You're gonna go to sleep? Yeah, I'm really glad you can make it, Baker. I'll keep you updated on when we do Metal Gear Solid 3, because I think it's really cool that we get to expose you and Emily and possibly others, I guess Mr. Top 10 list, to the saga. But sleep well. I'll keep you updated. Take care. I don't remember if we've ever discussed Metal Gear, Mycroft. I assume that you like it. And maybe it wasn't right of me to make assumptions, but... Would you stream Metal Gear Acid? I do not own that game. Nor do I have an easy way to stream it. The only PSP Metal Gear game that I could stream with some degree of ease would be Peace Walker. And that's because I have Peace Walker on the HD collection. By the way, folks, let me know how my audio mix is. If I'm too loud or too low, let me know. But yeah, I do own a PlayStation Portable, and there are ways to stream with it. It's very complicated, though. It's extremely complicated, and would require me to get a bunch of cables and what have you. So I don't know if Acid is in the cards. Peace Walker, I would most likely do Peace Walker because Peace Walker is a main game in the series. I think the official status of Portable Ops is called into question. Peace Walker is actually a sequel to Metal Gear Solid 3. Which can be a little bit confusing. Let's see. Mycroft says Metal Gear Solid 3 is cool. You played Metal Gear Solid 4. You played it too much. I understand. Metal Gear Solid 4, I mean, with Oates as my witness, that game actually kind of annoyed me a lot the first time I played it, because I was not used to the really big way they changed the controls, and they put more emphasis on making it a first-person, third-person shooter hybrid. But it was actually very well done for what it was. Although one thing that disappointed me is that some of the corner tactics I felt really got downplayed. But Metal Gear Solid 4 is a very different animal from the previous games in the series. But I could be a lot grumpier when I was younger. I get grumpier about other things these days. Yeah, Mr. Top 10 List, if you're still there, I was curious what you thought of the storyline, or I wasn't sure if Emily was pulling my leg or not. And there's a shot, there's a target there. I never got to experience Metal Gear Online very much in Metal Gear Solid 4 because it wasn't up for very long. I've tried it exactly twice, and that's it for handgun training. Exactly 2 times, and oh, I did not mean to do that. What happened was it would take you forever to get online. So maybe it's for the best it's gone. Konami did that on their own servers. It wasn't done on the PlayStation. I keep hitting the wrong button. It wasn't done on the PlayStation Network, so that was a very limited time thingamabob. You have no sense of humor. That's good, neither do I. I'm like the captain from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Let's see. The Octosuit made it fun. Yeah, I agree. One thing, I think it's cool, but at the same time kind of annoying that in Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear Solid 3 introduces camouflage to the series, which is neat, but it requires a lot of maintenance. We'll get to it when I get there. I think if some of the cyberpunk dystopian stuff was too much for some of y'all, maybe Metal Gear Solid 3 might click with some of y'all better, but I mean, I think you guys seem to like it. I mean, y'all showed up. That's it? That's your sense of humor? Oh wait, I don't feel like trying to do the Peter voice. Guys, save the Family Guy discussion for WarioWare. Now, if you notice, I camp out during the exit point because that lets me get to the exit faster, although I'm being a little bit wasteful with my aim. Mr. Top 10 List thinks it's really cool. He just doesn't have much to say. I understand. Anyway, we moved on to the assault rifle. Metal Gear Solid 3 is a little bit more of a Bond movie than the psychological stuff in 2. Yeah, the plot, I mean, it has its twists and turns, but it's a little bit less of like a cybernetic dystopia world. With, I guess, kind of almost like Matrix-like questions about philosophy and identity and what have you. But one thing I think that's pretty amazing. So this is Substance. This came out in 2003. But I mean, and I don't know how well it translates to the stream. But just look how smooth and stable all the quote unquote gameplay is. It's really great. And I mean, this game doesn't have the same, on PlayStation 2 at least, doesn't have the same frame drop issues that you would get during like the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 era. It performs really well. Unfortunately, I do have some issues with the way Metal Gear Solid 3 performs mechanically. Twists and turns, you say? This game runs at 60 FPS, as does the base version, Sons of Liberty. Metal Gear Solid 3 on its native hardware runs at 30, and I know there are some ways to hack it. I really wish Martinez was here, because he'd probably explain it better in technical terms. There are some ways to hack, there are some ways to hack Metal Gear Solid 3 so that it runs at 60 frames per second. Allegedly, the reason why it's locked is because they were afraid of stuttering or ramping. They wanted the frame rate to be... They were concerned about the game crashing, but it caused some dropping issues. Now, on the HD collection, they did correct it, but it feels really weird, man. It's kind of... For me, it was a monkey's paw situation when I got the HD collection. And I think I actually... And I'm sorry if this makes me sound like a contrarian. I think I might prefer playing Metal Gear Solid 3 on the native hardware, even though I criticize it. That doesn't mean that I think the PS3 and 360 versions are bad. It just feels weird to me, is how I'm going to try to put it. I prefer playing this game on PlayStation 3, but Sam has the PlayStation 3 right now, so we're playing the PlayStation 2 version. I will need the PlayStation 3 if we're going to do Metal Gear Solid 4 and Peace Walker, though. Nick points out that the people who made this game really understood the PlayStation hardware. Yeah, they were... Some parts they're really trying to show off for it, because the Xbox version of Substance, it has a bunch of stability issues. Even though the hardware is superior to the PlayStation 2 hardware, they couldn't nail the effects correctly. So let that be a lesson to, just because sometimes specs are objectively better, that doesn't mean that it handles better. It's quite the lesson. Sometimes there's more than just running code on superior hardware. Here's the explosive tutorial. Let's see. Oates points out one thing he likes about Metal Gear Solid 3 is the natural environment of the game. I'll let you know when we get to it, most likely the second week of September. Damn, my back is killing me. I had good luck with my back today. Now it's really not handling very well. So yeah, those yellow ones are explosive, and they'll backfire on you. And if anybody knows any tips on these, let me know. Let's see how we do. Was that... No, still more. I think this is cool because we don't get to use the explosives enough in the main campaign of Metal Gear Solid 2. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3 has a lot of content, so I think people will be entertained. Oh, chain reaction. Oh, backfire. Okay, 2 more. Oof. Oh. Next stage. And yeah, I would like to demonstrate this in a video at one point. Twin Snakes, it has the same engine as Metal Gear Solid 2. Both Sons of Liberty and Substance. There are some points where, you know, you can just demonstrably prove it. For Metal Gear Solid 3, they totally rewrote the code for the game. And just the physics and the stability, it's an entirely different animal. Sorry, experience. It's just... It's been a problem for years. Oh, God. Stillman causing the VR mission. Radin, I forgot to tell you about my worst visit to the Olive Garden. Is that a reference to an internet parody? Because if it is, I didn't see it. And I do love the music in the VR training. I used to have this on exercise playlist. And I'm running out of time here. Oh no. Okay, I have one more to go. Is your neck also hurt? I have problems with my back, with my neck, and my right leg. And Sam also has problems with his back and neck too. I think he has it worse with his neck. Unless we're trying to make a crazy Colonel call. Raiden, I had a really bad experience at Olive Garden. By the way, folks, one reason why I don't have some plans totally concrete for the next week, I don't know if y'all have been paying attention to the weather. We have a tropical depression coming to the Midland U.S., and I don't think Texas is going to get the worst of it. I think, once again, Louisiana is going to be America's hurricane punching bag. So, you know, If you live down there, now would be a good time to leave. But it looks like we're going to have a very rainy weekend. I don't know how the next few days are going to play out. Today went very well, all things considered. There's no Olive Garden codec. You're pulling my leg. Unless we're just making up right now. At least you don't have it in those lower two parts of your body that are also in that song. I think I'll do a few more minutes, folks. Let's see if I can finish this up. More C4 training. And I like how these... I'm gonna get blown up. Why did I do that? I like how these start out very simple, and then they become like puzzles, essentially. Unfortunately, my memory card where I don't think I had a full run, but I completed a lot of them. Got totally wiped out. Unfortunately, it was like a bad sector or something. But thankfully, I'm a little bit better at just backing up my game stuff anymore. I have a good second line of defense in case any of my PS2 data goes kaput. And a boom there. And I think that'll be a chain reaction. One thing I've been possibly considering, because it's becoming really harder for me to produce I guess you would call them essay type videos. Would anybody be more... Would they like it if me and Sam did something that was a little bit more off the cuff? Here's first person mode. It starts off like a target shooter, and then it becomes like a weird first person shooter. I still do not consider the older Metal Gear games first person shooters, though. That's something that me and Saturn disagree about. I just... too many tropes from other genres. If you want to go for hybrid, sure. I still don't understand what a stealth game is. I know that there is stealth in this game. I know you can use stealth. Sometimes I try to play stealthy. But I've never understood what that is as a genre. It feels so narrow. I'm trying to think of stealth games. So you have Metal Gear Solid, which... Metal Gear in general, which pretty much pioneered that genre. You have Tenchu Wrath of Heaven, which I've barely played. Splinter Cell. Is there anything else? Raiden's body armor was made by the people who made Flanders' ski suit. Especially when Raiden has the nude scene. There's one here, and if you're missing the targets, they will show up on your they will show up on your radar. The other one is over... Where is it? There it is. Yeah, because I was thinking... Somebody was asking me about my Game Boy games when I did the Pokemon trading card game stream, and I just... Off the cuff, I filmed me, going through my original Game Boy collection. And I wasn't sure if anybody would ever want to see that as a video eventually, if I cut it down a little bit. So this part gets tricky, because you have to get from... let me know in the chat. Sorry, juggling a bunch of thoughts here. Stealth games a pretty vague genre. You have Mark of the Ninja, Dishonored. I don't know what Dishonored is. Invisible Ink, Alien Isolation. Okay, I've heard of Alien Isolation. So this is pretty tricky because they do give you a weapon, but it's a loud weapon. And if you get caught, it just really sucks in this mode. So here's the M9, one of the silent weapons in this mode, but you only have 16 shots, so you really got to make them count. Run away. The people who can get through this and they're able to just do it without using any weapons, they're like wizards to me. Stealth gameplay is about avoiding enemies rather than fighting them. I do understand that, but to me it's a very vague genre designation. The older Metal Gear games, Metal Gear 1 and 2 on MSX, even Metal Gear Ghost Babel on Game Boy, they remind me a lot of The Legend of Zelda, truth be told. Just with more dialogue, a bit more of a... something more militaristic than fantasy, medieval fantasy, obviously. AK suppressor. I probably won't use the AK because you get more points the more weapons you have. Oh, just run away. Go there.
Good work, Raiden.
Okay, I'll try the next VR mission and then we'll sign off. By the way, folks, in the software bot, I will post the links to our Patreon. We just updated our page recently, and if you want to help us out, it would help us out. It's past few months have been very tough for us. Or if you want to support us directly, I will give the means to do so. We are still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. If we do that, we can actually monetize the channel and do cool things like community posts, which helps us reach you. Game Boy Showcase would be fun. Alright, I'm thinking about potentially passing that out. Justin told me that he had to go. Maybe possibly pass it off to him to edit. Because I just have a bunch of things I need to juggle. And to be able to do this. But I'm one of those people where I think I sound coherent. I need to sometimes have my thoughts and have to have my thoughts coherent. I need to be in a good place. But I was in a pretty good mood when I did that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Got an alert. So, beyond the 3 enemies you need to KO, there's also the assault team. That sucks. But yeah, when I recorded that, I felt like it was very nice and casual. So it would probably just need some slight editing. There will also be... There's your assault team. Here's my assault rifle. I think it could be good. I like talking about that stuff. And assault team KOs don't count. You have to get rid of the sentries. Ah, come on. The funny thing is, you don't need to kill them. All you need to do is really incapacitate them. Alright, you're going to be my RGB6 guinea pig. I don't think it's a good weapon, but it's fun to blow people up. Yeah, it stinks. I've really learned recently how reliant little guy channels, I consider us a little guy, are on. We're just at the mercy of the algorithm. So people interacting, it helps us out tremendously. We've had outstanding watch time with streams lately, and I really appreciate it. It means that, you know, you guys are involved, and it motivates me. When I look back at some streams that I wasn't too happy about, like for instance this one Mario Maker one where I was frankly in a bad mood, nobody was really engaged, so it was just like whatever. But I think things have improved. Oof. What's the oof about? Yeah, the watch time for this one, it averages in about 24 minutes, so that's really good. We just need more people. And then you conquer the world. I think that guy's invisible. And one of these VR missions, one of the guys is invisible. Just run. Ooh! Don't call it in. I want to see if there's one way I can show how the Metal Gear Solid 2 engine cheats you. I think I will. So here, one thing about Metal Gear Solid 2 that's a little bit cheap, and I can demonstrate it. I have it recorded here. You might have seen it in the Part 4 stream when the guards spawned in on the side closest to me. But one thing about this game is that the AI will always favor the entry point of what room you're in for the guards to come in when they're going to send the assault team in. And if you look very carefully here, you're going to see them spawn in. It's a little goofy, but let's see it. I mean, yeah. And continue. Did he? Right there. You saw it? It just spawned right there. It's the engine in action. So yeah, the AI is working against you. I love that I could showcase that. Yeah, watch time is important because apparently there's just so many fraudulent views on YouTube. So I get it, but at the same time I hate it immensely. But I do like it because it just, I mean, it says to me that people care about what we're doing. We've had some really good quality interactions lately. I could post about it later. But for now, I hit time. This was really great. I had a lot of fun. I'm happy I got to share one of my favorite games with you guys. If you want to play this game, I don't know if it's on any... I don't think it's on PC, but Metal HD Collection, PS3, or Xbox 360. I highly prefer the PlayStation 3 version because the controls are more similar to the PlayStation 2 version. I think the 360 version is... it's about as good. I think in that instance, I don't think there's any or many mechanical differences. I think it mostly comes to controller preference, but definitely check it out. I'm going to go have dinner. It's past 9:30 here, and I haven't eaten since lunch, so I should probably get some food and go back to work on some other stuff. But pay attention to Software Bot. There's going to be some important things posted there. And remember, Emily's not a crook. I'll see y'all most likely next week, and on some other places on the internet.